Weekdays wreck money decisions. You're busy, you're tired, and one swipe turns into 5. So tonight, we install a single rule that protects your month in advance. In the next 30 seconds, I'll show you the weekly spend reload, why it saves entire months from one bad weekend, and the tiny phone setup that makes it automatic. In a few minutes, we'll run a 2-week demo with real numbers, and near the end, I'll give you a 5-word calendar phrase that future you can't argue with. Keep listening. Here's the promise. By the end of this video, you'll leave with 3 things. 1. A weekly reload number you can actually keep. 2. The Saturday ritual that locks it in. 3. A calm way to flex up or down when income swings without breaking your identity. No spreadsheets, no guilt spiral, just a rule. First, the map. Everything we do runs on 3 lines: bills, spend, save, and invest. Bills funds next month's essentials and keeps your checking cushion at the floor. Save and invest grows your emergency tiers and keeps a small, calm buy alive. One broad index fund, once per month. Today, we zoom into the middle line: spend. Spend is where months are won or lost. The problem with monthly spend is that it feels infinite on day 1 and gone by day 20. The solution is to reload once a week with a fixed number. When the card runs out, you're done for the week. Not punished, done. 7 days later, it reloads. This puts a fence around damage. One wild Friday can't torch 30 days. Say this out loud with me. 1 breath. Reload weekly, same number. When it's gone, I'm done. That's the rule. Why does weekly beat monthly? Behavior. 7 days is close enough to feel real and short enough to recover. Monthly totals are vague. Weekly limits are visible. You make better choices when the finish line is 6 dinners away, not 27. Open loop for later. In a minute, I'll show you a trick that makes weekly spend feel bigger without adding $1. It's a visual tweak inside your app, and it changes behavior fast. Let's pick your number. If you're starting from scratch, begin with a calm guess that you could keep on a lean week. Then we'll tune it using what I call the 2-weekend test. Could you reasonably live with that number for 2 back-to-back weekends without borrowing from next week? If yes, you're close. If no, drop it a notch. This is not about pride, it's about repeatability. Where does the money come from? The morning after payday, your flows fire. Bills gets funded, save and invest gets its piece, and spend reloads to your weekly number every Sunday morning. If your bank allows sub-accounts or spaces, keep spend separate. If not, use a debit card you only load on Sundays. Fewer taps, fewer traps. Irregular income? Keep the weekly rhythm. Change the preset. On lean weeks, run a lean preset. On normal weeks, normal. On feast weeks, a little extra. But only after bills hits the floor and your calm buy is scheduled. The rule bends with your month, your identity doesn't. Partners? Use mine, yours, and ours. Weekly spend lives in ours for shared life costs. Each person can still have a tiny personal spend for their own treats. On Saturday, you decide the next week's reload together, raise or hold, based on how the last 2 weeks felt. Less friction, more follow-through. Here's the Saturday ritual that keeps the chain alive. It's the same minute every week, and it takes less than a minute when it's dialed in. Step 1. Check bills for next month. If essentials are already funded, stop feeding bills until the cycle resets. That frees cash for the buffer. Step 2. Confirm the calm buy. If it didn't execute this month, reschedule it for Thursday. Not tomorrow, not later. Thursday. Step 3. Decide next week's spend reload. Ask one question. Did the last 2 weeks feel calm? If yes, raise your post-payday transfer by $25. That's our mini raise ladder. And keep the weekly spend where it is. If no, hold everything. Identity over intensity. The habit must bend, not break. Now the visual tweak I promised. Rename your spend account to include the weekly amount and the reload day. For example, spend 200, reload Sunday. Your eyes will do half the discipline. You're teaching your future self the rule in plain English. Let's run a quick 2-week demo so you can feel the flow. Week 1. Friday paycheck lands. Saturday morning, bills is on track for next month. Combine is scheduled for Thursday, and you hold the weekly number steady. Sunday, your card reloads to the amount in the name. Midweek, you hit 0. You don't move money. You finish the week and notice nothing in your life broke. That feeling is progress. Week 2. No deposit. Saturday ritual again. You see a receipt for Thursday's Combine, chain intact. Bills for next month hit the floor thanks to last week's flow. The last 2 weeks felt steady, so you tap the plus 25 raise on your transfer to fast emergency. Weekly spend stays the same. Sunday, it reloads. You're done thinking. What about life happened weeks? The weekly fence still protects the month. If a true need appears midweek, tires, clinic visit, pay from bills or tier 2, not from next week's spend. Then schedule a refill over the next paychecks. Calm beats noise. Rules beat moods. Common pushbacks. I feel poor when I hit 0 before Sunday. That's the point. The week has a finish line. Add 2 tiny tricks. Number 1, keep a mini list in notes for non-essential wants over a certain amount. Anything over that threshold waits 48 hours. Most impulses evaporate. Number 2, when you hit 0, move on to free joy. Walks, calls, borrowed books, home coffee. The weekends, Sunday comes, the card reloads. What if groceries alone eat the whole number? Separate grocery essentials from treats for 2 weeks to learn the real baseline. If groceries truly require more, nudge the weekly number up by a small step and offset by trimming an avoidable subscription. The goal is a number you can keep in February and in August. I'm in high-interest debt. Never miss minimums. Keep the checking cushion at the floor so daily life stops breaking. While your fast emergency climbs toward 1 month, split extra between the buffer and your highest cost debt. Weekly spend protects your month from oops debt. Perfect math you can't keep is worse than calm math you repeat. Let's make it stick with a 5-word phrase for your calendar and your card memo line. Reload weekly. Same number, done. Put that in your recurring Sunday reminder and on the card nickname. When your phone pings, your brain sees the rule, not the mood. Micro challenge for the comment section. Copy and post this after your first reload. Weekly reload installed. Number set. Sunday reload on. Next Monday, we'll pull 1 win and 1 block from the comments and share what helped. Quick case study. Morgan used to blow the month by the second weekend. We set a weekly number she could keep on a lean week, labeled the account with the amount and the reload day, and moved every decision to Saturday. In 4 weeks, overdraft fees vanished, her Combine executed on schedule, and her buffer climbed without feeling like punishment. Nothing dramatic changed, except frequency and timing. Before we wrap, a rapid checklist you can install today. 1. Decide the weekly number with the 2-weekend test. If you're unsure, start lower than your ego wants and raise later. 2. Rename the account with the amount and the reload day. 3. Set the Saturday ritual. Bills funded for next month. Combine confirmed. Raise or hold transfers, then stop. 4. Schedule the Sunday reload as an automation or a manual 30-second task. Same time every week. 5. Draw 3 rows of 10 tiny boxes on 1 page. Bills funded, Combine done, weekly reload complete. After each Saturday, check the boxes. The streak is the system. Open loop closed. You now have the rule, the ritual, and the setup. You've fenced the week, protected the month, and kept your investing identity alive. You're not chasing discipline, you're designing it. Comment your line when you install it. Weekly reload installed, number set. Sunday reload on. Invite 1 person who lives on variable income. and check back next Monday with one win and one block. We move together. Calm beats noise, rules beat moods. See you on Saturday. Educational content only, not financial, tax, or legal advice.